Welcome to Mystically Me. This is a space for you to develop your intuition, connect to your higher guidance, and just hear some messages that are going to come through for the collective. Hopefully, these messages are for you. If you would like messages to come in that are more specific, please go ahead and subscribe because that will help me connect to your energy a little bit better. Of course, if you don't want to subscribe, that's fine too. Just sort of set the intention that you're hoping something comes in for you today. And then when the messages do start coming through, remember that you know inside if this message is meant for you. Messages come through for a lot of different people. So just keep that in mind as we get started. If you are new here, welcome. Uh, I like to start with inner child cards because I really feel that everything currently affecting us in life has to do something with inner children. Okay, so one of the cards just jumped out of the deck. Hold on. Ooh, let me reach it. Oh, interesting. This is actually a card that came out in our last reading, the Four of Crystals. So we have the Six of Wands, the Four of Crystals. Let's see what else wants to come in. Oh, and the Wizard. Okay, so what I'm feeling here. The Six of Wands is a beautiful card with a bunch of fairies dancing around a maypole. If you know what the maypole is, a Bellatane. So what we're what keeps coming back to the same theme here about teamwork, group work. Um, so the thing to point out for this, because I feel like whoever this message is for, you have not enjoyed not teamwork necessarily, group work, I guess I want to say. You're fine with teamwork as long as the team, everyone on the team is willing to do their part. But, I know many of us, it starts all the way back when we're in school. We get put in these groups for group projects, and there's always someone in your group or that just doesn't want to do their work or can't do their work. Maybe they don't have the materials at home, or you are someone who really wants all the control of the project because you like to turn things in that look a certain way. So, the thing about this is within the Six of Wands and also the Four of Crystals, there's different teamwork. We have the gnome boys building this house, and then we have the girls dancing around the pole. So, what's coming through is that if you are already working in a team, or maybe you've had someone reach out to you about collaborating, it's not going to be like it used to. This isn't going to be a high school project where you're carrying everybody and you're just over it. There's going to be some beautiful collaboration. And remember the saying, and I think I said it wrong the last time, but the sum, wait, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, or is it vice versa? Um, so the point of all that is, yes, you can create amazing, beautiful things on your own, but just think about when you collaborate with someone else who's got the same heart conscious life that you do, the same goals for helping the world, how much more beautiful and how bigger that can be when you collaborate all of those amazing souls together. So, for whoever this message is for, if you've already received some information about a collaboration, or it might be coming if it hasn't yet. So, the message from your guides is take this opportunity with a fresh look, with a fresh perspective. It's not going to be like any other collaboration or any other group work you've ever done. So, this is your time to just go for it. And then we've got the wizard. So he's also come up in recent readings. In this deck, they like to liken him to like Gandalf from Lord of the Rings, which if my husband was awake, I'd have a ton of information for you about that, but I don't because I have not been able to watch a movie that long or read books. Honestly, I haven't read fiction books since I taught fourth grade over a decade ago. I'm a nonfiction reader. I love nonfiction books. Have not really found a fiction book to sit down and read, which is a little weird. I loved them as a kid, that imagination, just getting all that out there. But um, so something else, when you see Gandalf or the wizard, it can be a sign of a spiritual mentor maybe coming into your life. It may not be a specific mentor. It could be a spiritual set of teaching, maybe some alternative healing. Basically just someone, there's a new field of study, something new going on in your life that perhaps could be connecting to this collaboration. Maybe you kind of branched out of where you normally were. But the point is, what you're doing right now, and this is really crazy as this is coming through because this is literally the business I'm building. Anyway, so what you're trying to do is build a bridge between your inner child and your higher self. Because to connect to our higher guidance, we kind of have to deal with the inner child that is inside of us and upset, basically not listened to. That's kind of the whole line of the work. Besides this work I've created, is they're called the Wonder Codes, and I really haven't talked about them anywhere else. So yeah. Anyway, but that's the whole point. You've got to listen to what your inner child is saying to you, because a long time ago you stop saying something. One thing I've learned for working with kids for over 20 years is all they wish is that adults would listen to them, that anyone would listen to them. So we still have, people didn't listen to us when we were kids either. That's why adults are still not listening to kids, because it's kind of what we've always known. Adults know stuff, kids don't, and that is just not true. Sure, there's some stuff you need to learn in school. I mean, some kids are I know my husband could do like multiplication and division in kindergarten. I could not. Hold on, let me get a drink. If you notice, there's no ice sounds. Oh, no, there's no ice left in my water. It is a sad day for all, but I'll survive. So, uh, with these cards, actually, I feel like I need to pull a few more. So, just for the person, let me get back to the collaboration. Take a chance on it. It's gonna open up your life in a lot of amazing ways, and it's gonna be nothing like what you have experienced before. Also, something's coming through very specifically for someone that maybe, okay, so it feels like someone who you have considered as a mentor, someone who you, for lack of a better word, because they aren't, but you feel like they are better than you. And that is not um, like saying something negative about you where you aren't believing in yourself. Basically, this is just someone who you admire. There we go. That's a simple way to say it. This is someone you admire. And I feel like and this message is very specific. Someone you admire greatly is going to be reaching out to you for this collaboration. So, your guides, your angels want you to know when this happens, do not hesitate. Do not let the doubt that, oh, am I ready for this? Is this a possibility? I'm not equal to, yes, you are. You've always been equal. It's just about remembering it. It's not that you had to earn it or learn anything new. Simply remembering that, yes, you are just as amazing as this person you admire. You have just as much to offer the world. And yes, say yes, because this yes is, I mean, I'm getting so excited sitting here. I'm trying not to get too loud. But this is a big yes. So say yes because you deserve it. Okay, I feel like, I like to pull cards. We'll pull three more. Oh, okay. Then we get number six from the Major Arcana, Hansel and Gretel, which, if you are a fan of the regular tarot, typical tarot, that would be the Lover's card. Okay, then we've got the Child of Swords, which is Pinocchio. So, oh, and the Big Bad Wolf. So three of the cards are minor arcana and three are major arcana. Okay, that's coming through. All right. I feel that this is a different thread of message. This doesn't mean it might not be for the same people, but it's definitely kind of its own message. Okay. Basically, and this is going to sound a little harsh, but what's coming through right now is stop lying to yourself. There's someone this message is for, that your guides are just saying, please stop lying to yourself. Um, I feel that this is in reference to a partnership of some kind. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, but I do feel honestly that this is a romantic relationship. Okay, so it's really important. You're kind of in a point right now where your guides are saying you have figured out a lot and you are understanding some things, but you're still hesitating on like this. You're still lying to yourself. I feel like this is kind of harsh, so I apologize. I'm not trying to be harsh, but this is just what's coming through. Uh, okay. So it's really funny. It makes me feel like I'm being the big bad wolf and I'm bringing this to you and pointing this out, which is, I don't think that's okay. So for some reason, you are feeling that if you are honest with yourself, that you are, um, giving into your shadow self, if that makes any sense. Your shadow self, I really believe in Jungian archetypes and shadows, and there's like a lot of stuff out there. If you are interested, let me know. There's an app I use that I love. I do pay for it, but anyway, there's also a lot of free resources I could help you find if you're interested in that, because a big part of, living your authentic life and getting everything you deserve in life is you have to take a hard look at things sometimes. So, um, and so many people try to ignore their shadow or hide their shadow. And part of evolving in life is integrating your shadow, because there's nothing wrong or bad about you. There's also nothing wrong or bad about our shadow sides. It's just who we are. And, you can always work to be a better person. Like, I think of jealousy when I think of my shadow self. It's so easy to fall into jealousy. Oh, those people have that. Oh, she looks like that, and I don't look that. Whatever it is. Jealousy is something that our society, if you are in Western society, has really made a huge deal. What other people have, and that you should want that. So the problem is the more you try to hide your shadow, the bigger it becomes, and the harder to hide. So you so reverse the pattern of lying to yourself and others and live in the truth. And yeah, this is going to be kind of a harsh message, because there's not a whole lot else to say about this except just it's time to stop. And if you can manage to stop the lying to yourself and the lying to others, and here's something you have to, I feel like for whoever this message is for, you are feeling that you are lying and it's okay because you are protecting someone else's feelings. So there can be some truth to things like that. But when it comes to love relationships and you realize that you are with someone that you don't love, or maybe not that you don't love, but isn't the person that you should be spending the rest of your life with, you're hurting the person that you're with now too, because that means they're not spending their life with the person they deserve to spend their life with either. So, it's very easy to not share our own feelings when we know that they might hurt someone else. At the end of the day, though, this is kind of why we are where we are in the world. Is there are a lot of sad people out there, people who one decision at a time made the decision based on something that wasn't their heart, their soul, their wants, their needs, their true self. And then you get into a lifetime of a life that was never really yours to live. You're living out someone else's story, and kind of always with this unsettled feeling of this is it. Also, the flip of that, like, oh, this is enough. Oh, this is enough. Yep, this is all I get. This is enough. I don't think that should be a saying in anyone's life, that, oh, I'll just deal with this. This is all I get. This is all I deserve. Because you deserve whatever your beautiful heart can imagine. And sometimes it's hard to be imagining when, since you were little, you have realized that no one was listening. And so you just kept putting the truth of who you are away, quieted it down, hit it one tiny bit at a time until you realize, oh my gosh, who am I even anymore? Who am I? Um, so, for the person who this message is for, if you can have the strength, because this does take strength, and remember, you have your angels, guides, ancestors, whoever you connect with on the other side. If you weren't there yet to believe in your angels and guides, I know that you have ancestors on the other side who care about you and love you and are watching down, regardless of your beliefs, of the afterlife and things like that. Because, when you have a relative that is such an important part of your life, when they pass over, they will give you signs, even if they are someone who never showed that they believed in anything like that before. Um, for some reason, I'm feeling called to share this example, so hopefully this helps someone. Um, when I moved to where I live now in Colorado, my dad wanted to drive me up here. And so he planned this whole road trip. We were going to be in different cars because, we had two cars of stuff to move, but he was like so excited. He printed out the MapQuest maps from the printer and mailed them down to me. Anyway, so oh my gosh, I don't even know why I started to tell this story. Anyway, long story short, he passed out shortly when we were leaving Phoenix, passed out behind the wheel, and I was behind him and watched the car he was in flip 3 times across. Actually, first it went across incoming traffic, it went across the highway into the other side, and then flipped 3 times. Um, And the point of this was not to relive that. Anyway, my dad was an amazing guy. Not what I would say spiritual. When I started doing Reiki in my early 20s, I finally realized that he did have that side. It just wasn't a side he shared with me all that often. So he would call and be like, "Oh, can you send me some of that Reiki stuff?" Even though he claimed to not believe in any of the energy work or spiritual things. So after he passed away, forgive me for my frequency alarm. I have those set on the hour, every hour, to get my frequency in the right place. If you want to try this, it's awesome. Normally, if I wasn't recording, I would stop. And I have affirmations everywhere. I'll just choose one for you right now. And I collapse all timelines of limitation and consciously choose the reality that resonates with my highest joy and fulfillment. So the things I talk about doing on here, I do myself. And if you have ADHD, I'm sure that these videos are fun for you. And if not, sorry, I'll bring it back to where we were. Anyway, after everything happened with my dad, I was in Colorado and I was house sitting. And I hadn't really thought about it since everything went down. Like I'm pretty good at like stuffing those feelings down because I don't want to feel sad or miss someone. So I was doing some meditating. I was sitting outside on the deck, and about I think seven, six, seven, eight. I did this. I did it. Anyway, they hummingbirds swooped down to where I was sitting. To the point, honestly, I got scared and went inside because hummingbirds move very fast and they have like very big beaks. I took a few breaths and came back out, and they came back because, and I just knew because I was thinking about my dad and missing him that every time I see hummingbirds now, I know that that's a sign of my dad. It's okay if they weren't someone who was very spiritual, or you're someone who's so rational and doesn't believe in any of this stuff, but you do because you know deep inside that it's true. So, the point of all this is even for those of you who don't believe or don't think you believe or tell people you don't believe, but you're watching this and you're here right now. So I know your inner child believes because they guided you here to listen to this. You know that you have someone on the other side or several people who I mean, they've always been in your corner, but now you kind of have more tangible, or I don't even know if it's tangible, but you have more evidence that yes, you do have higher guidance and spirits that are there for you all the time. So call upon that ancestor, call upon whoever helps you feel strong. Well, when you don't feel strong, because you're very strong. And strength, you can be strong on the outside and not feel strong on the inside, but now you are strong on the inside. You can make this change. And it is going to be hard and it might be a little messy, but what's on the other side of that is just so beautiful. And you deserve it. You deserve to live a life filled of love and passion and joy and wonder, just childlike wonder that every moment, everything just keeps getting better, even when it's hard. That's the best thing. So, whew, that was a lot. I'm going to go ahead. Yesterday, when I was doing some of my own reading work, I pulled a Healing Waters card. I don't use them a lot. They're beautiful cards. The guidebook is amazing. Let's just see what message comes through because of the beautiful, beautiful healing power of water. Also, just water. Everything on life sustains or, needs water. It's pretty magical. Okay. Whew. So, what? Ooh, beautiful. The Cosmic Ocean. So this card says current dreams, future realities, new beginnings, which lines up very well with what these cards have been saying because there are some current dreams that are going to be crashing into future realities. They're merging now. Okay, I'm going to grab the guidebook just because these cards are not like the typical tarot. So let's see. So the soul inquiry question for this card is, what's the biggest dream you have that even you are yet to admit to? So think about that. And this might take a little listening to your inner child. What's the biggest dream that you have? Wait, hold on. What's the biggest dream you have that even you are yet to admit to? So think about that. Okay, anything else from this? So in many creation myths, transformation and emergence occur in places where natural elements overlap. So, This card is one of promise, hope, and new beginnings. What dreams are making their way to your consciousness? What is it that you're dedicated to creating? While the manifestation may not be immediate, time will bring things to fruition. Trust in the whispering dreams of your destiny. Just as the new beginnings of a stream may one day flow into the vast ocean, something new is beckoning to be born. So, dare deep and wide. Dream your future into reality. I think that's a beautiful place to end. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful day. And remember, you absolutely can have the life of your dreams.